All right, what we have here is a humbucker pickup out of an early 2000s Epiphone. And what we are going to do is take this 2-wire pickup. So it's this coil and this coil wired in series that goes to the guitar. We've desoldered it from the guitar. We're going to take this apart and change it to a 4-wire setup where each of the 2 coils is individual. And first step is to get the 4 screws out. Well, first step was out of the guitar. Now, the 4 screws. Okay, I actually lied. I started taking the screws out, and then I realized that if I don't take off the tape first, that it's going to be exceedingly difficult when the 2 coils are not attached to anything. So, take off your tape, and then you can take out the screws. Back with more. Okay, so we have the tape off, and we have not taken the screws out yet. I wanted to show you why this is possible. So I'm going to zoom in here. Hold on. You can see each of these coils already has 2 wires. And somewhere in that mess, where it connects to this blue wire, they're basically just tied together. So we can untie them and then have a 4-wire pickup, which will allow us to do coil splits and series parallel and other silly things. Back with more. Okay, yeah, I know I'm terrible at this, but here we go. Another step is you've got to take all the screws out, because the screws, remember they were poking out through here? So they actually hold that one coil in place. You gotta take it out. This coil over here with the pins or the posts, it will just pop right out. But you gotta take out the screws. Also, if you look, you can see some smooge, some stuff. It looks as though this pickup has been potentially wax potted in the past. So, just whatever. All right, back with more. All right, so yep, I lied again. The screws are actually in a base plate in the bottom of the pickup, so they did not need to be unscrewed. But at any rate, we didn't go all the way, so we're fine. You can see here you got the black wire and the white wire. Black wire, white wire. Black wire goes to the coil on your left, the white wire goes to the coil on your right, and the red wire connects the 2. So you could say that the white is the north start, and then the red coming off of that white is the north stop, and then the red going into the other one is the south start, with the black being the north stop. And then you can see here that the white wire and the black wire and the blue wire, which is what connects to the pot, are just, we got grounded here, and let's see if we can zoom in. All right, so the black goes to ground, the white goes into the cable. Back with more. All right, so a little bit more progress. We've gotten the screw side of the coils off, and I've gone ahead and used a magic marker to black one end of each coil and the magnet so that we keep everything oriented correctly, because magnets are oriented. I've also got some cable here with black, white, green, red, and shielded. And this is kind of a standard color path, as it were. So, next step is to take another layer of tape off. And what we should find is a little bit of like copper tape where each of these 2 wires on both coils solders to the leads that are actually spun around these coils. So back with more. Okay, so slight issue. This pickup does not have the little foil pads to connect the magnet wire to the leads. So we're going to go ahead and use the current leads and just switch them to the color standard that we want to use. All right, so screws are going to be south, poles are going to be north, and there's our deal there. So we'll update when it's done. All right, some more progress here. So we have green going to white, red going to red, white going to red, and then black going to black. And we have our bare wire that will be our ground. Is it pretty? No, it's not, but does it work? So far. One thing I did not show is before we started this, we had 9 ohms of resistance, 8.9 ohms of resistance from the black to the white wire, so as the entire pickup in series. And now if I check the white and red over here, I get 4.49. If I check the black and white over here, I get 4.48 roughly. Sorry I can't film that, you know, lack of hands and stuff. But anyway, in theory, we now have a 4-wire pickup. So we'll grab you again once we've got it back together. So now we have the pickup installed, and obviously these are just standard pots, so I got to order up a couple of push pulls, and maybe we'll do a video on how that wiring looks. But tons and tons and tons of lead, so when I do solder this together, I can have everything out of the guitar, solder it all up in the air, and then stick it back in. So let me flip this over and you can see what the finished installed deal looks like. All right, so there it is in the body. This is just a Epiphone Jr. So, what do you think? Should we put a tremolo on this? I don't know. I went with red tape. That's what I had. Kind of whatever. Anyway, let me know what you think.